Hello, and we are back like we never left.
That is wild.
Back like we never left. Hello to all of our viewers. Either you're on YouTube or Facebook, Adrian's Facebook. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are back. I think we should give some people time to tune in.
That is beautiful.
See that we're back.
That is beautiful. Did we have like a whole... use a whole thing?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
That's crazy.
We're back.
That's crazy.
How's everybody doing?
This feels surreal. Is that the word?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Look, he's already sending me pointers. Like, why aren't you here?
Why aren't you here? How's the audio before we get started?
Yeah, if you guys are tuning in on Facebook or tuning in live on YouTube, please tell us how we sound, how we look, everything. We want to know everything.
This is gonna be amazing. Like the setup alone feels like it has to automatically produce better quality information. Like regardless of what it is, it just has to be better. She said sounds and looks great.
Who said that?
Brianna. I actually can't. I still see this screen. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. Yeah. Sounds and looks great. Who said that? Brianna. Let's get it. Is it showing comments?
Hold on, let me go to the chat. And I need to find a way to mute this.
Mute what? Oh,
as you guys can see, we are getting some stuff together.
Oh, you can just turn it all the way down.
I did.
Is it still?
Yeah.
You can barely hear it, I know.
See, this is why we need Cornelius.
Yeah, tell him, turn around.
He said he's coming back. There you go. Just pretend like we don't see him.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that may have been my phone. Yeah, that was my phone, so it actually did work. That was my phone.
That is crazy.
No, so it's good. That was my phone.
Use the phone, bro.
Okay.
We're good. Thank you. That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Hey, so if you guys are tuning in live on Facebook, please come to the YouTube page. Just type in the Aaron Tate. That's AARONTATE. You should see my handsome face. You should be able to click on it and click on our live. please come to the YouTube. All right. Sound look fantastic.
It's good stuff.
Remember, if you're tuning in live on Facebook, please come to the YouTube. Just type in Aaron Tate Verb. You should see me. You should see us. Click on our video. Join us live on YouTube, please. Let's get the views up. So, I guess while we wait for some more people to join, also when you come to the YouTube live, just say what's up in the chat. If you're unable to message in the chat, you're gonna have to create a YouTube page or a YouTube account. Once you create the YouTube account, you should be able to chat with us as well. We want to interact with you guys. We want to talk to you guys. We want to know who you are. So please come to the YouTube. Come to the YouTube, create an account, chat with us so we can see who you are and get to know you. While we wait, how do you feel, brother?
I feel important.
You feel important?
I feel important. Like,
why do you feel important?
Because I was definitely a little defensive against this whole process, and not because I didn't think that the process was a good idea. It was just the tone of the conversation. I felt like you were personifying us in a light that I knew we could rise above. Yet, once we had the second conversation, and my mind does things with particular words, and we came to a resolve, and now for me to see the results of exactly what you said, it's like, and I don't want you to think it wasn't that I didn't believe in it. It's just I didn't agree with the way that you wanted to do it, as if we couldn't already have been pushing out content. However, the dedication and time that we put into the setup, making sure we had the right equipment, making sure everything that we're currently seeing ourselves, or the light that we are currently seeing ourselves in, like, I completely understand why you stated it. Now, a part of me does still believe that we could have definitely still accomplished the same feats, yet now that we're here and it went by so fast, I'm not bothered by that month at all, because it seems like that was just a couple weeks ago we had that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you. The month wasn't really going to seem like a lot. My whole thing was just making sure that you understood the amount of time, the amount of focus, the amount of dedication and energy that I was going to have to go into getting the stuff together in order to start from here, if that makes sense. And I know, I know that we could have simultaneously put out content while trying. However, I also know that would have drained us of the kind of energy that we were going to need for our lives and for our videos in order to make sure that the content was still great as well. So I just wanted to make sure that we just dedicated enough focus and energy toward getting the equipment that we needed, getting to where we can start with cameras, mics, headphones, whatever the case is, to where we can start going live, so that once we start putting out content, we can focus all of our energy and attention into the content without worrying about all this extra stuff that's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with your premise, your initial premise either, or your initial suggestion either. I just felt like for us, where we wanted to go, or where we currently want to go, where we see ourselves down the line, we just needed to be in a place where we could put a lot of focus and energy into doing what we needed to do. So, but we had our conversation, we had our little disagreement. It is what it is. We needed it. I feel like we needed it, because it definitely sparked a fire within us that was put out for a while. And but now that fire is reignited, we're finally back, like I said, and we're finally at a place where we can put out this content, focus on putting out great content, focus on building our core audience, focus on interacting with our audience and growing a real community with what it is that we're trying to do. And I'm just excited that we were finally able to start. Again, this looks beautiful compared to what we've been doing. Not saying that what we were doing was terrible, but we definitely started from the bottom.
Definitely.
We definitely started from the bottom.
Definitely.
And now we're finally climbing up towards an actual goal, or towards our actual purpose. So I'm really excited, man. This feels surreal, like you said. It just feels amazing. Like I'm happy that we finally got this back going. It's been too long.
Like, I literally have chills as we have this conversation, because when I think about that video that day on Facebook, how many people actually showed concern. I don't know whether the concern was due to the dramatic flair of the conversation, but yet now to be living in the very thing that we were discussing that created so much quote unquote chaos on Facebook, and they see how not only it's okay to have disagreements, it's okay to, you know, have hard or harsh conversations, but yet now 4 weeks later we're actually living in the exact thing that we were arguing about, right? For me, that shows commitment, that shows loyalty, that shows dedication, that shows effective communication, that shows goal building, that shows being goal oriented, it shows teamwork. All the things that we promoted before on our videos, we actually projected live. So a lot of people were coming up to me saying that, well, y'all shouldn't put that on Facebook. I love it because it shows us actually living everything that we've always promoted. And then it gives the whole, we don't just talk about things, we actually, as they say, walk it out too. And it definitely, like, I look forward to this now. Like, I'm just imagining next Thursday, like, at work, ready to get off. Like, just putting these headphones on puts me in a whole nother zone of just the way I'm communicating my thoughts. Like, I can just feel like I can flow with the information I need, and I also understand that the listener is going to get the clearest version of this. So there's no, oh, well, I thought you said this, or didn't you say that? I can definitely reference back to, well, no, if you go to 7 minutes and 39 seconds of the talk, I literally said X, Y, Z. And for me, that alone makes a big difference, because I know a lot of times conversation can get convoluted in translation between just the audio quality alone or the visuals. So I just really look forward to what we're going to be doing each week now with just this setting alone. And then I could also see it graduating to like a whole studio or us, because I've been feeling heavy in my spirit lately that I don't know what I have to say, but I know whatever I have to say, the world needs to hear it. And that has been heavy on me for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I actually posted it on my Facebook. I'm like, I don't know what I got to say, but whatever it is, the world needs to hear it. And I just feel that deeply. And for me to actually spiritually share that with your vision, that means a lot to me, because that lets me know that I'm going to put the same efforts that I put in my content in our content, or the same energy that I put towards my dreams and goals, I'm going to definitely put towards V.E.R.B as well. So I just appreciate you for, selecting me to be someone you consider valuable enough to even join you on this journey.
Absolutely, man. There's no better person I could think of to join me on this journey. Thank you for allowing me to share my idea with you, to convince you to be on this ride and this journey with me. It's been a heck of a ride thus far, and sky is only the limit. Sky is only the limit from here. Real quick, let's say hello to Taylor Thompson. She's in the chat. Hello,
Taylor.
Taylor, if you're listening on Facebook, please come to the YouTube channel, to the YouTube live. Just type in Aaron Tate V.E.R.B. You should see my handsome face. Click on it. You should. Oh, I'm sorry. Our handsome face.
Thank you so much.
Our handsome face. You should click on it and join the live. If you don't have a YouTube account, please create a YouTube account so you can comment and we can interact with you, have conversations with you, ask us questions, and we'll answer them on the spot. Cornelia says she's on YouTube. Speaking of Cornelius, I want to shout out Cornelius. When I tell you clutch,
I'm talking.
bro,
My God.
this people, if you're watching, none of this is possible without Cornelius. When it comes to this technical stuff, cameras, software, all of this stuff. Adrian and I, we just don't have it. We don't have it.
That's not what
we can talk for days, but we cannot tell you
No.
what type of camera we're using.
No.
We can't tell you what type of mic.
The USB system.
We can't tell you what software, how to set it. We can't tell you any of that. But we were, Cornelius was gracious enough to lend a helping hand when we reached out and asked for it. And every week he's been able to come through and help with something new. Let us know what we need. Let us know how, and he even takes the time to sit there and explain it to us, even though it sounds like Chinese to us.
We tell him we don't know what you're saying, but he keeps saying it.
But he takes the time to not only help us set it up, but to try and help us understand it the best way we can by explaining it, walking us through it. And if not for him, we wouldn't have made it over this. We wouldn't have made it this past month. Like we wouldn't have made it here in just a month or a month and a couple weeks. So, thank you so much, Cornelius. Hopefully, you guys will be seeing more of him. In the future, he'll be with us on future videos more consistently. Yeah. But as of right now, we just want to say thank you, Cornelius. You the GOAT.
Yeah,
You're the one for this.
Definitely. Also, shout out to Ravis for the lighting. Ravis was gracious enough to. He asked. That's why he gave you these.
No, he.
Oh yeah, so he said V.E.R.B can have them. He donated these lights.
Shout out to Ravis.
We got like studio quality lights, and I want to pause because I'm getting a little emotional, but. This really speaks to a few things, and one is as long as you have a dream and you take time, even if only in small portions, and dedicate yourself to that dream, you'll be surprised how gracious God is with giving you the available resources that's available to you. Like all the information that Cornelius has, he gave us for free. Like these studio quality lights, this man gave us for free. Just everything that we needed within this month just really fell. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally fell in our laps. Now, granted, there's financial pieces for the cameras and the other stuff, but a lot of the things that has been given to us, money couldn't buy. And if it could, it'll far exceed the value by which we were projected to spend. So I'm just really inspired in this sense because it's amazing that as long as you're doing things that definitely going to be a contributing factor that's positive, I don't see how it can't work. And this is living proof of that, especially coming from the seemingly chaotic verbiage we was giving each other a month ago. And then once we both agreed, like everything just started falling into place. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. I'm just excited to see now where it goes because, like you said, the sky has to be like the limit at this point.
Yeah. Your wife is in the chat. Shout out to Swanee.
Hey.
Or I call her Levian. Cornelius says, shucks, fellas.
Oh.
He's touched. Taylor said, yay, corny. Again, guys, if you're tuned in on Facebook, please come to the YouTube. Type in Aaron Tate V.E.R.B. You should see us. Click on it. If you don't have a YouTube account, you're going to have to create one so that we can interact with you guys in the chat. Please come to the YouTube live. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those views up. Man, what are you most looking forward to now that we see things actually coming to fruition? And
like when I think now, I'm futuristically painting pictures of like just next Thursday, right? All of the what we call fresh off the press content, mm-hmm. and it gives me Power Ranger vibes. Like when I put these headphones on, it's like, okay, it's time to drown out the foolishness of the world and actually tune in to try to be a contributing factor to the world. Mm-hmm. And granted, I didn't get that feeling as in depth as I did when we were, just pressing live on Facebook or, in your other apartment. But now it feels like we've been given a badge of responsibility. And it's not to say that the cameras or the lights or the microphones makes it even more important. It's just I feel now more obligated to ensure that the information we're putting out is spot on and specific to the dynamics that we hope to cultivate in the world. Mm-hmm. And that has always been the goal. It's just now it's like we was going through training, but now like the training was off. Like there's no excuse now for you not to be producing and making the footprint in the world that you've always talked about. And what I look forward to the most is just putting these headphones on, getting out what's in me and hearing what's in you and seeing what the feedback is, and that test between what we just said as opposed to what the people in the world have been thinking for years. Once that meet in the middle, how do we, as some people who profess to be someone that's going to be providing logical thinking to the world, not combat that, but smooth the playing field out, if that's the mission? And I just look forward to the comments to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah. Shout out to Byron Harper. He's in the comments. Shout out to Jasmine Patterson. She was supposed to be our third wheel, so to speak. Well, not third wheel. I don't want to say third wheel. I'm sorry, Jasmine. Don't charge that to my head and my heart.
You know you're going to get a text message.
I know.
It's going
I'm
to be
sorry,
I'm
sorry. She was supposed to be our third horseman, so to speak. But you know, she has having to take care of some things in her personal life. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for being who you are. We miss you. Can't wait till you can finally join us and we can have these intense discussions that we normally do. You know, when we're at work or just on the phone or something like that. Can't wait to be able to finally share those discussions with the world. So
I'm ready for her to experience this.
Yes,
like this a whole new level.
Looks like Taylor said it's morphin' time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Karama. I hope I'm saying that right.
Make sure you get it out. I just want you to get it out.
Sound like I'm coughing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kira. She's in the chat.
Hey.
Cornelia said there's nothing like the energy that comes from making art. Absolutely. He also said even if you don't like it, the energy is great in making it. Absolutely, for sure.
This feels so good. Like it feels so good.
I think for me, the thing that I'm looking most forward to.
You are beasting these switches, just so you know. Like, are you corn? Like you are beasting.
Look, I gotta hold it down until he can join us for sure. I think for me, the thing that I'm looking most forward to is just the journey of growing. I'm sure most of you can tell that, you know, like, even though we've progressed to getting cameras and mics and lights and stuff like that, it's still a pretty basic setup, right? So just getting to experience the journey of, okay, the next thing that we decide to update, which is, you know, whatever our background is going to be, or getting better lights, or getting more cameras, or getting a monitor set up, or getting decorations, or not having to wear headsets, but getting different mics to, you know, getting different furniture, like just going through the journey of steadily progressing at each phase of what it is that we're doing. Going from recording in my house to purchasing a live studio, or purchasing a building where we could actually invite other people to come and sit in and listen to our discussions live, or have a open forum for everybody to have a voice and to interact and say what they want to say and engage in the conversations that we're having. So that's what I'm most looking forward to, is just, you know, being on that journey, experiencing the journey, enjoying the journey, appreciating the journey while we're on the journey. Because one day we'll be able to look back on this and, you know, say like, wow, like we really started with dang near nothing, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now we're on top of the world, essentially. Like, I'm ready to get on top of the world and be able to look down and like, dang, we really started all the way down here.
And, you know, we speak to this all the time, and this is one of the principles that I live by. And and you also as well, we don't believe in doing things just because. We believe that most of everything that you do has some type of other meaning tied into it. And as I hear you talk about the upgrades, I don't want people to misinterpret the material things that you're naming as a materialistic identifier, because when you were talking, everything that you named, I saw the internal work that it takes to get there.
Absolutely.
And I don't think I've ever actually, I don't recall ever hearing someone name something material and immediately attaching the skill that it took to get there. Like when you talk about the background, I immediately painted a few months from now where we've pushed out enough content to maybe generate income to where somebody actually donated or dedicated a background. It's like, wait, background, somebody sent us that. It's like, wait, am I living in the future? Like, how did I know somebody sent that already? But it's just to hear you name material things, but then assign a skill or a certain level of maturity to get them, like, whoa. Yeah. Like, as you talk, I literally saw futuristic things passing by which we either built up revenue for those things, or someone such as in the community that we're going to cultivate gave that. So I didn't hear the material part of it. Mm-hmm. I just saw the growth. The work, yeah, it's like, dang, I didn't even know that was a thing, to see growth and development in materialistic things. And now it causes me to reflect on my own life. Like, dang, I paid a car off. It's like, wait, but in order to do that, I had to be financially disciplined. I had to make sure this was done. I had to build my, like, whoa. So I want us to learn, if nothing, just from that. Whenever people are naming materialistic things, I always think, like, what did it take to get there? Because initially, when we up at the top of the world and we're looking down, that's the first thing I want to think about. Like, man, it's 50,000 steps, and I climbed all of those. Yeah. And that, for me, is one of the greatest feelings in the world, especially to experience it now, sitting in your house, but then projecting such great altitudes or aptitudes for futuristic gain. I love it.
Kira said that's Ty Kira. Hey, Ty Kira. Glad you can make it.
Faithful. Okay.
Yeah, she been with us since we was on my couch in my apartment, and remember, she used to give us suggestions on what we need to do to improve. So we're getting there, Ty Kira. I hope it's to your liking. Jasmine said, "I'm ready too." Yes, you will feel me about that comment about the third comment. We know it's coming, Jasmine. Please don't charge it to my head. Charge it to my heart. Moses Anderson, he said, "What's going on, guys? What's up,
my guy?"
Jasmine said, "Y'all looking really professional and high quality, guys. I like it. Good sound quality. Good.
Great."
Takira said, "Take that as confirmation." While we're here waiting for other people to join or come to the YouTube, what would you guys like to see us discuss?
Yeah, definitely throw out some topics. We have something to write with?
Our phones.
So shoot us some topics. It don't have to be anything. Anything goes. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, there's really nothing that I consider that I don't want to talk about. I'm not one of those people that necessarily believe in what the world would consider a private life, because I heard one of my idols say one time, anything that you have to do in private, you probably shouldn't be doing it. Now, that's not, in lieu of like me sharing some of my sex videos with my wife. That's a whole different thing.
Right.
But when it comes to things that the world should be discussing, we definitely want those ideas, because that's what's going to help us provide what we feel is necessary to you all. And that's the whole point of V.E.R.B, right? So let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
Moses said, "Definitely does sound good." Appreciate that, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate that. Man, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited.
It's almost giving me an out-of-body experience.
For real. If you guys are tuned in, please send the link to your friends, to your family. Tell them to tune in, see what we're doing, see what we got planned. While we're waiting, we also wanted to take the time.
Is it on the V.E.R.B?
Send her the link. Hold on. I'm about to send you the link. Also, you guys, if you're in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Or turn on notifications and hit that bell as well. Please subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications, hit that bell. I'm about to send you the link.
All right.
Well, it didn't. Hold on. Jasmine said, "Maybe y'all should use the concept that you and Swanee did, get topics and choose one out of a bowl or something." Moses said, "Man, I have one. What about violence in the rap community? Every year there's a successful black rapper that is killed and it's getting worse. This definitely needs some more attention and awareness." That's a good one. Cornelius says something you could talk about is the loss of nuance in conversation and discourse today during the social media area.
Beautiful.
Those are 3 great topics.
Yes.
Or ideas off the bat.
Beautiful. We talk about that all the time. That whole like loss of nuance in conversation. Like, we also got to deal with the thing we've been talking about lately. Like, do you not remember what happened yesterday?
Right.
like how are we living on a daily basis and acting as if the things that we're facing is not a repeated pattern?
Mm-hmm.
And why is it such a surprise when these things happen?
Yeah.
You think we should also revisit? Do you still have the notebook we did with the topics we were discussing in your apartment?
I should if I look for it.
I think we should revisit like all those topics.
Some of those topics.
Yeah, all of them. Like, it'll be interesting to really check our resolve to see if we're still saying the same things, and it also gives a fresh outlook on it, being the new setup and the vocals are a lot better. Mm-hmm. I think we should revisit every last one of those topics.
Okay, we can do that for sure. Which do you remember which one stood out to you the most, or which one was
definitely
your
what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, that was a 4-part series.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of what I see on a lot of social media platforms today. Women and men are still having that conversation, and before we did it, and it's not because we did it, I have never heard such in-depth look or heard anyone speak on a in-depth version of that really can't be refuted. Mm-hmm. Like, everything we laid out in that 4-part series was life-changing, right? Like you stated, it brought light to just your dating life and how you saw things, and it definitely opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I now speak to when I'm having counseling sessions with people. It's like, oh, the reason that y'all are going through this because you don't have this skill. Mm-hmm. What are you doing to develop this skill? Outside of that conversation, I'm sure I may have arrived one day, but I would have never had so many tools to utilize in a counseling session. But that conversation really was life-changing.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, conversation I enjoyed the most was Let That Hurt Go. Probably because I actually took time to think about the concept and the idea. Looks like the camera went out. Actually took time to think about the concept and come up with the idea of just the idea of holding on to trauma, holding on to baggage, and figuring out a way to actually get past it or to actually grow from it. Because I think in society we're taught to hold on to hurt as a means of building a defense against getting hurt again, but it's actually counterintuitive, mm-hmm. right? So yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite topics, is letting that hurt go. Because I mean, we all deal with trauma, we all deal with pain and hurt and suffering, and a lot of times that's the reason why we end up in a lot of the situations that we do, because we're acting out of trauma, or we're being guided by our trauma instead of letting or working through that trauma to be guided by common sense. So that was definitely one of my favorites.
I thought you were going to say y'all don't care about us, because that was definitely my second.
Oh, definitely hands down second favorite.
Second favorite is definitely y'all don't care about
us. We definitely need to revisit that conversation for sure. And for those of you that don't know, we mean the world don't care about men. Mm-hmm. That's what we're saying. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't care about us men. So we got to start caring about each other. If you tuned in, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and click that bell.
Did Corn know that the camera's going to go out? Because he said that.
Yeah, he did. He said one thing you could talk about, trauma and how it affects men versus women, violence against the opposite sex, and what gender norms say about it in the current climate. It's a good one.
The way he worded things is so, poetic in the current climate. I love it.
Oh, no. Takir said, topic idea, expectations of a black man in today's society. Ooh.
We also need to get into the concept of kids. Like, why y'all hate kids? Why? I just want to know why.
We also got those list of topics that Jasmine came up with as well. Let's not forget about those. One of the topics she came up with, I definitely want to talk about: do men manipulate women, or I think she said, do men take advantage of destitute women, or something like that.
Define destitute.
I guess just down and out, unable to care for oneself.
And then when you use destitute, though, like, who's really getting the benefits if we swoop them up and take care of them? Because if that was us, there would be no swooping up. Because, they got the whole "Can't Raise a Man" song. The whole song about them. But,
Cornelius said expectations of men in general. He also said, "LOL, absolutely not. Women don't even look at destitute men."
Oh no, they don't. We don't even exist if we're destitute. And which one was it when we were talking about like they need to update their software? Like
splitting bills 50-50.
Oh, yeah,
or going 50-50 in a marriage.
Finances. It was about finances. So we settled on Thursdays at 7, right?
Yeah. So for those of you tuning in, if you want to follow us, so the plan is to go live every Thursday at 7:00. So make sure you guys are ready to tune in to great discussion, intense discussion, heated discussion. There will definitely be interesting perspectives being shared, but we also want to get involved with you as well. So when you do tune in, please make sure you are commenting so that we can read and respond to your comments in real time. So,
and we are going to try our best to make sure everyone gets responded to.
Cornelia says, talk about the absence of God today and what marriage means to people today.
Perfect. I actually made a list this morning of what I called a curriculum of conversation, where I was listing things of that nature. So I actually got a list that I could share too. It's on my computer at work though.
Again, tune in every Thursday, 7:00. We'll be going live. Need to find out a way to play some music while we're sitting here. I'm sure
Cornelius, yeah.
Look, he's been texting me this entire time, like giving me pointers, like do this. I'm like, bro, why did you leave? Why
Just
did you
stay with us?
You should have stayed.
We know you have a family, but
stay with us.
Just to speak to, and I'm not by any means trying to toot Cornelius' horn because he know I despise doing so. However, it speaks to how important it is to cultivate friendships and or relationships, even if it's at work or in Walmart, because you never know who has skills that you're going to need in life. And I'm always perplexed when I hear people, "I don't need nobody. It's just me. I'm out here by myself." Like, you can't be that type. Like, you're going to need someone one day for something. And I just feel like if more people approach life with that mindset, the world will be a little better.
Moses said, "Hey, did you guys get it set up to where you can upload your podcast to music platforms?" Not yet, but we will. Thank you so much for reminding me. I did plan on getting a Spotify account and uploading just the audio to Spotify as a podcast. Jasmine said, "No, talk about other topics. Those topics have already been addressed. Start fresh with new topics. A lot has happened since those topics have been discussed." See, here's my problem with Jasmine, if you're watching. You act like just because we've already discussed the topic in detail that it can't be revisited. Think about how many times that we've started discussing one topic and we weren't able to come to a conclusion right then and there, and we had to discuss it over a period of time, whether it be a period of days or weeks, until we finally came to a resolve. There's a reason why topics are discussed at length, because there are so many different perspectives that are being offered at the time. There are a lot of things that are being lost in translation. Sometimes we need to take a breather to be able to allow what's being said to marinate in our minds, so that once the topic is revisited, we can start fresh and be more open-minded to what's being said, to gain more understanding of one another's perspective, or what one another is saying about that particular topic. So it's okay, Jasmine. We can discuss these topics again, because we just discussed it amongst ourselves, but think about how many more people need to hear what was discussed at that time. So
also, you have to consider how many of the topics that we discussed that we on an individual level send each other that's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, we have a V.E.R.B think tank where we've shared multiple videos saying the same exact thing, and yet every time we hear it, it's, oh, let me send this, as if we have not already heard it before. Then you also have to think about, there's going to be a plethora of new followers that's going to be coming in that has never heard that content, and those who were tuned in during that time, but that audio compared to now is trash, and then it is so many moving parts to where each of those topics need to be revisited, because it also helps us strengthen our resolve, and it holds us accountable for, if I said this during that like, it's so many factors that come into play to where those topics need to be talked about again.
Cornelius said that's what we call a conversation that never ends. LOL. He also said, and there's always something new to learn from revisiting it. Yes. So sorry, Jasmine, but we're going to keep talking about it.
Yeah. And then the fact that we keep talking about it and it keeps happening, therefore, if they're going to keep doing it, we're going to keep bringing it up.
Keep revisiting, yes.
But I personally, in Jazz's corner, suffer from that mentality as well, because a lot of the content that I put on Facebook before, like years ago, I feel like I already said that, but I have to get out of my own mind and remember, sir, it's time that you have to say it again, because you're still faced with those same things, and there's a lot of people that just didn't see it or they didn't get it then. So I have to start revisiting a lot of things, and then we don't even consider, or I know I didn't at first, all of the new terminology that's now available to me mentally, the metaphors that I can now utilize to further paint a picture that I probably didn't paint properly the first time. So I feel her on, we already said it, but I also understand in the area of repetition, because that's how most people grasp concepts, and it also generates consistency.
I can just see her snapping on us right now.
Oh, man.
Like, first of all, don't call me out on live while I'm not there.
Somebody said y'all are not answering Facebook people. Is Facebook comments not coming through?
It's supposed to. If you don't, tell them if they're on Facebook, come to YouTube.
I wonder what the...
Cornelia said that we would get Facebook and YouTube comments.
Yeah, let me see. I'm so sorry. If you're commenting on Facebook...
Hey, guys, if you're currently...
here we go. I see them. I don't know why they're not coming in. So, my bad, y'all. So... Camilla Brandt says, what do you think about the comment Kurt Franklin made about the lion and the lamb shall bow down to the goat? That's a biblical thing. Did y'all just fade in and out of the camera view in live? Yes, we did, Steve. Like, it's the whole setup. It's
what
official.
Did he say?
Did y'all just fade in and out of the camera view in live?
Yes, absolutely. We're getting official now, bro.
No. The YouTube. Let me I'm gonna post a YouTube channel. I'm not sure why Facebook comments are not coming through, y'all, and I'm sorry. We're gonna get Cornelius to figure that out for us.
Yes.
But I'm gonna post a YouTube link so that you all can actually bring the comments to YouTube.
See, your Facebook comment popped up.
And then it also has. Did you know it has closed caption? Oh my god.
Hey guys, if you're tuned in on Facebook, please come to the YouTube live. Remember, search for Aaron Tate,
I posted it in there.
or just click on the link that Adrian posted in the chat. Come to the YouTube live.
Oh, Moses did too. Thank you, Moses.
Yeah, Moses said. Yeah, he just said he shared the link on Facebook.
Appreciate you, bro.
Moses. Come to YouTube. Come to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications. Click that bell so you can catch every time that we go live. And again, our schedule is going to be every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So please make sure you schedule some free time to be able to tune in and join the conversation. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Are we like the same person? Like, what is really going on?
Everybody keeps
what
saying
is going on? And it's sure enough isn't going to help our syncing now that, like, I can literally hear your thoughts in my ear. So,
you can hear me regurgitating it.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve said he wasn't seeing it live. I'm not sure. We'll get that fixed though, y'all.
Yeah, we'll work on it. I think I got to get my subscribers up. If we can get the subscribers up, you should be able to search for us. Or when you come to the YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, click that bell so you can catch us every time we go live. Every time we go live, come on, let's subscribe to the channel.
Shameless plug. And definitely for those of you on my Facebook, definitely share the video so that everyone else will have access to such great content that you're going to be getting as well.
Mm-hmm.
So where are YouTube at working? I'm in Facebook comments. So my Facebook comment showed up.
Yeah.
But
it's probably because we're logged into your Facebook channel or.
Oh yeah. But it still should be showing their comments. LaTracy Davenport.
Hey, LaTracy.
Hey.
Long time no see.
Uh-huh. I wonder why it's doing that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Cornelius.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get it figured out. I'll just stay on it to make sure I'm not missing anybody.
Cornelius said it shows all of them.
Yeah, Facebook isn't showing up because a lot of people were commenting.
For those of you tuning in, and for those of you that caught our videos previously that we used to do or that we did before, what did you guys enjoy most about our content, and what keeps you coming back for more? Because I am interested in you guys' dedication. Like, a lot of the people that's tuned in now are people that were tuned in before. So what is it that's captured your attention? What is it that's drawn you in to the point to where you guys were so, a lot of you guys were asking, well, what's going on when you guys are going to start doing your videos again and stuff like that? What was it that made you guys so curious about our content and makes you feel like, oh, I want to hear you guys talk about these things? If you could share your thoughts with us, that would be lovely.
What do you think it is?
What
would make you want to watch us? Unbiasedly thinking, though.
The fact that I don't see a lot of people talking about what we talk about the way we talk about it. Now, of course, you can search on YouTube to any podcast, and they're discussing a lot of the same topics. However, I think you'll find a lot of similarities in the perspectives that are being shared amongst or across each platform, right? So, like, a lot of them are saying the same thing, even if they're saying it in a different way. But I think with us, we're discussing the same topic as they do. However, we're tackling it from a perspective that you don't normally hear from other people. And I think at first, like outside looking in or just a regular viewer, at first it's a little jarring. Like, what? I've never heard that before, or what? That sounds weird. Who says that? Or that can't be a thing. Nobody's ever said it like that before, right? But then our willingness to dive deeper into our perspective or into our comment about a certain thing, regardless of how controversial it is, or regardless of how unconventional it may be, the fact that we're willing to talk at length about it, and then also speak in a way that is very clear, that is very articulate, that is very detailed. I think that is an element that is missing in today's podcast world. So I think that's what, if I were one of the people watching our videos, I think that's what I would gather from watching y'all. And then on top of that, our dynamic. A lot of people say that together we're a lot to handle, but yet those same people keep coming back to get more of what it is that we offer. You know what I mean? So it's like, also, I think people just enjoy our dynamic, or seeing us do what it is that we do when we do have conversations, and when we do talk at length. So that's what I think. You guys can confirm or deny whether or not that's true. Looks like Steven's in the chat. What's up, Steven? Hold on. Jasmine said understood. I guess she was referring to us talking about. Steven says, so I looked up Aaron Tate and the middle-aged white man popped up first, about 5 thumb scrolls, and I found y'all. V.E.R.B got to be at the top. We gonna get there, bro. Slowly but surely.
We're gonna get there. Unfortunately, the middle-aged white man is on top right now. Yeah,
he on top right now.
We'll give him that.
We starting from the bottom.
He's been doing it for a little bit longer than we have.
Moses Anderson said, for me, it's the fact that you guys discuss real issues that make you relate to what is being said, as well as it is no filters and you guys keep it real. That's true. That is true.
I agree. I definitely agree with everything you said. And as you were talking, for me, the topics at hand are coming from people on that level, right? Like, they're mostly celebrities or quote unquote famous YouTubers
or high
status people. And therefore, I feel like they've been coached or coerced to only hit certain things and get out for the sake of views or whatever the aesthetics are that we don't currently know. And for us, we're more relatable. Most of the people that watch us, they know us, and they know we're living. Like, we're real people. We're touchable. We're accessible. You can inbox us on Facebook, and we're respectful, and we do the thing that, like you said, the chemistry between us. And then we're gonna go to work tomorrow and be like, the same thing. Like, you're not viewing one thing and then a week later it comes out, oh, I was cheating on my wife, or oh, Aaron is having sex with a car. Like, I just had to take it down. But like, they know that when they walk up to us, we can pick it right back up where we was at on the video. Like, and I think for me, like Moses was saying, they know that even if they haven't met us, there's a presence about us that screams, oh, like, if I start this conversation, you're going to be exactly the same person. And I don't really find that a lot with, major podcast people. And granted, we've not reached that status to understand why they take that approach. It's just, I understand that as of now, this is what causes us to draw people in. And on the level that we're on, I respect it to the utmost. And I'm glad that they noticed that, because that's something that I hold near and dear. And it's being relatable, it's being touchable, it's being accessible, it's being transparent, it's being open enough to have whatever conversation without belittling people to the point to where, hey, I don't want to watch you again. But like you said, it's, oh, y'all too much, but I'll be back tomorrow.
Try it again tomorrow.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Another thing, I'm sorry, did we watch our videos? Or?
Yeah. Like, you actually said watch y'all while ago. Now, like, oh, he in third person.
Another thing is, I think also, we're offering information that is actually helpful, whereas other people offer information that perpetuates the same issues that we're having to discuss, right?
Say that again, because that was good.
Where we offer information that is actually helpful and productive and progressive, whereas other people only offer information that perpetuates the same issue that we're having to discuss at length now.
Beautiful.
And I think that is something that if the viewers don't appreciate us for, I appreciate us for, because I know how valuable our information and our content is, based on the fact that we genuinely want to try and save the world. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then a lot of the things, or most of them, we're not just projecting as if, oh, you should try this. It's, hey, like, we've tried it and it works. And I also spoke about this on a video I did this morning, where what people need to learn to swallow, and this is going to be a little harsh, is the fact that we've been you, but you've never been us, right? So if I'm coming from a perspective of marriage, right, and I was talking about sex, and I said, you can't tell me that marriage sex is not the best sex because I've had sinful sex. You've never had marriage sex. Mm-hmm. So for you to be, oh, you ain't doing that, and I'm like
you ain't on nothing. Bro.
You ain't on nothing. Yeah. You've never been me. You've never experienced marital sex, so therefore you fail in comparison, and it's not. You are, yeah. I'm not trying to belittle you, but you just not there, and that's okay. Yet at that point, you need to be able to be humble and realize, dang, he got a point. So no matter how many positions you've done, no matter how many sex toys you've used, no matter how many females you've had sex with, or how many males you've had sex with, you've never had marital sex. And I'm telling you that I've experienced your version, but you've never experienced mine. So at least you should be able to be open and listen. So a lot of the logical perspective we have, like you mentioned earlier, is coming from living in a world where it hasn't worked thus far. Mm-hmm. Like the whole In a Perfect World, right? Mm-hmm. We had this series on, and I hope we're going to bring it back. Absolutely. In a perfect world, when we apply the principles by which we've been discussing, this is how the world would be. As it currently stands, y'all can only view the world from what we've had thus far. And the question is always, how have that worked out for you thus far?
Cornelius said, I like to listen and challenge my thoughts. He also said, you have to look at whatever your experience is and what your preferences are within those experiences and expectations.
Definitely.
Yeah. My ultimate goal for this is for us to create a community. In that community, it involves everyone having a voice, right? In that community, it involves everyone being open and willing to listen and accept different perspectives, right? In that community, everyone being willing to challenge their own beliefs and their own perspectives to see if they should keep doing what they're doing or if they should try something different that is more beneficial, right? And hopefully that community can continue to grow and grow and grow over time to where this becomes the norm, mm-hmm. not what's already out there as far as men cheating or women only are women being gold diggers or whatever the social norm is now. I want our community to overtake and mm-hmm. become the social norm mm-hmm. with what it is that we're putting out there mm-hmm. and what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, I can
Looks
definitely.
Like the camera went out. Yeah. All right. Looks like we need to wrap it up. Our cameras went out. But for those of you tuning in, please, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we are back every Thursday, 7:00. Subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, click that bell so you can catch every time that we do go live. Jasmine said, I like to hear honest, real, and open conversations about real world situations. Different perspectives have always intrigued me, and you guys do that through the Talk It Out sessions. Thank you, Jasmine. Again, we can't wait till you can finally join us and be a part of this as well, because we need you. We enjoy you, mm-hmm. and we love you. But thank you guys so much again. Cornelia said, very good maiden voice. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Do you have any final words before we kick this season 3 back off again?
I'm just excited and I'm appreciative and I'm really humbled just by the experience alone, and I just look forward to where we're going.
Okay. Moses said I have to make y'all an outro. For sure. We Definitely. Can get together. All right. But that's a wrap for today. Like I said, cameras are dead, so we can't do much. But this is only the beginning, guys. So if you're willing, if you're gracious enough, please stick with us on this journey. I promise it's going to be well worth it. But we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
I didn't mean to knock y'all down like that.